of a gutsy win by our guys on the road. It's never easy to go on the road, playing a talented, really good Florida State football team. That tells you what talent we've got in that room. And you guys saw the numbers come out as far as the guys we had that didn't travel down here, that were out, and we did it with the next man up. It doesn't matter who's out there. Our guys fought. That's how we finish. Couldn't be prouder of those guys in there. There were some big old plays. We're obviously a different offense when Desmond Reed's out there. Mason played a heck of a game. Boosie, I think, had 2 rushing TDs, I believe. And our defense got stops when they needed to. And then it comes down to an onside kick. Our guys, obviously got that. I think Kyle Lewis got that recovery there, which is huge. That's a game-changing play right there. And then our offense gets 1 first down, and we get to get in the best formation in the country, in that victory formation. So, again, the players made all the plays in there. They executed and they finished. So, questions?
Pat, what can you say about your defense? Undermanned, but coming up in those big spots.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We were undermanned, especially D end and safety. You saw Cruz Brickets didn't go today. I thought Kavir Baines played a heck of a game. He's a football player. We've talked about that before. Those guys in the back end, did what they needed to do. We gave up too many big passes. I didn't like that, but I thought we did a pretty good job stopping the run. I don't know how many yards they got. I can't tell with the 42 rushes, I think. But they got us a little bit in the second half. I thought we killed the run in the first half. Just happy for our kids.
Having Des back in there, what kind of, options does that give Mason? How much easier does that make playing offense?
Well, he's special. And again, I told you, Boosie's special. Joel's golf is special. Boosie made some big runs, but Desmond catches up all down the field. He's just a special player, and I think he's healthy too coming out of it. I hope he feels good in the morning.
At what point did you know Des was going to go? Was it an all-week thing? I think it was listed as questionable.
Yeah, he was, again, day to day, but we felt like for sure on Wednesday that he was going to be able to go. To what extent, we didn't know. I don't know how many plays he had today. It looked like about 40. So he played about half the game. I just want to make sure we didn't lose him for the rest of the year. But he's a tough dude, and he's a football player.
Mason throws 2 picks, first turnovers of his career. But what did you see on those plays?
You have to go back and watch the tape. The first one was a great punt, right? It was down the field, great punt. We didn't have to put the protection was great. We didn't have to punt protect. Obviously, we had a huge, block punt there in the third quarter. We got no points from it. That was disappointing. And again, he threw another pick, just trying to make a play. But, that's going to happen, especially out of a young quarterback. Shoot, it's going to happen with an old quarterback, 10-year vet throwing picks like that. So he's a football player, and he didn't lose any faith. That's the difference is, he threw that second pick, which was probably the worst of the 2. He didn't mind that, taking a shot down the field. It was, he fought back and didn't care. And he finished the game the way you want a quarterback to finish it.
And just overall, how did you feel he managed the environment and being in a road game in his second start?
Stephen, we got a victory on the road. I think he did one hell of a job. So you couldn't do any better than what he did today.
Talk about that first drive, Coach. 3 4th-down conversions and getting a touchdown right out of the gate. You had a lot of confidence in your own quarterback to do that.
No doubt about it. 3 4th-down conversions, as you said, 8 minutes, 5-second drive. That's demoralizing to a defense when you can do that. And our guys just executed. Again, like I said, it comes down to details, focus, and execution. And that's what not only Mason did, but that entire O-block, our O-line did one unbelievable job today. I think there was a lot of disrespect for them coming in the field. I think they were talking a lot of trash on the field as well about how they weren't any good. Well, I guess they were pretty damn good. I'll take them. I'll take them over that O-line for sure.
Do a couple more.
You opted to run some plays instead of kneel at the end of the first half. They ended up getting points at the end there. Would you do the same thing?
Yeah, I would do the same thing. We just wanted to, run a couple plays and disappointed that we, I don't know what happened at the end. Who knows? We didn't have headsets on. The officials tell us the half's over, so half our guys are in the locker room. That was not right. I don't get why it even happened. We should have been in the locker room. We shouldn't have got to that. And then we come out in the second half and have to kick from the 20. So wasn't really happy about that. But that's how it's been going all year.
What does a win like this do for your team? It seemed like it was a really happy locker room in there.
Every win, it's hard to win. It's hard to win on the road. Our kids, like I said, they deserve it. They fought all year. We've been in some games. We had a couple tough ones that we could be, we're this far from being an undefeated football team right now. I think we got one heck of a football team, and we get to go out and do it again this weekend, 7:30 up at Syracuse, and our guys are fired up on a night game.
Good. Thanks.